So last video we read about Dreamcore. Now we're gonna read about Weirdcore. This is quite longer than Dreamcore. So let's just do it. Oddcore. Other names: Oddcore, Strangecore, Decade of Origin, 2010s. Key motifs: low quality digital images, altering editing, primitive graphics, image compression, distorted or out of place objects, unusual borders, word art, uncomfortable frames, subjects, liminal spaces, out of context captions, incorrect or nonsensical labels, digital artifacts, distorted geography. Okay, you get it. Key values: confusion, disorientation, dread, adrenaline, alienation, nostalgia, aroma, dreamlike states, distorted preparation, the unfeeler with the familiar, unease, comfort, proximity, curiosity, question of reality. Related aesthetics: after hours, dreamcore, glitch art, glitter graphics, kidcore, liminal spaces, net.art, surrealism, vaporwave, webcore, and a thing I can't say. Related media: soap, 0.9, Uranoki. Okay. Now let's get into the main part, boys, lads. Weirdcore is a surreal internet aesthetic centered on monitoring or low graphic photography and visual images. These images are contained or edited to evoke feelings of confusion, disorientation, dread, adrenaline, alienation. That's it. And nostalgia or neuralgia. Visually, Weirdcore is influenced by the general look of images shared on the internet from the late 1990s to the mid 2000s. Common visual elements include altering editing, primitive digital graphics, low fidelity photographs, and image compression. While the aesthetic gained popularity in the early 2020s, its elements have existed since the early internet. So I just grabbed a drink. Thematically, Weirdcore often conveys a feeling of dread resulting from its low-quality imagery and a lack of context regarding the location or message. Damn! Sorry, got a bit distracted there. The feeling of fear is potential consequences of placing the viewer in an unfamiliar setting or context, but Weirdcore is not fundamentally rooted in horror. The viewer's emotional response is subjective and depends on the individual's experiences and specific context of an image. Some viewers may see an image as scary or ominous, while others may feel nostalgia or comfort. I probably should just say what I feel. It's like an off-putting comfort, It's like off-put. It's like uneasy, but I'm not scared, It's but But I still like it. It's still really cool. Weirdcore, Dreamcore, and all that. History. The precise origins of Weirdcore are not definitely known. However, elements associated with the aesthetic have existed since the early internet era. Some of the early examples of Weirdcore have been tracked to the mid-2000s. 2010s, my bad. Although it is possible there may be earlier examples. The aesthetic rise in popularity is partly attributed to the online examples and video essays. While specific creators have involved in Weirdcore, identifying the earliest or most prominent figures is challenging due to the reposting and nature of platforms like Tumblr, which does not publicly display follow accounts. Additionally, Weirdcore shapes conceptually similar with content found in earlier internet games such as Soap 0.9 and LSD Dream Simulator, although not labeled as Weirdcore in their years of origin. Visuals. This is quite the long bit. Visuals. Weirdcore visually frequently employs ultramarine or low fidelity photography. These images often display liminal spaces, although this is not a requirement. Digital elements commonly appear as plain text with incomplete or out of context messaging, prompting viewers' interpretation. Text is not a mandatory composite. Weirdcore images can be composed solely of digital elements, or as essentially of low ultimate or low fidelity photographic, regardless of the creation process. The visuals aim to place the viewer in an unfamiliar, confusing, and sometimes unsettling context. Common visual characteristics include low quality digital images, ultra editing, primitive graphics and image compression, distorted or out of place objects, unusual borders, and word art are also prevalent. Uncomfortable framed subjects and liminal spaces contribute to the aesthetic. The visuals are often inspired by the early internet era, compressed imagery, crying the viewer interpretation is typical. Nostalgic graphics and poorly edited visuals are common. Subject matter is frequently random, out of context, and vague. These visuals can evoke a sense of vague childhood memories or a pleasant dream, with an underlying sense of something being amiss. Out of context or incomplete captions are frequent. Objects or ideas may be placed in unexpected locations or replaced with incoherent elements. Incomplete or glitched environments are also characteristic. Nonsensical, incorrect, or randomly appealed labels may be present. Video game inspired elements from the early internet era are something incorporated. And now here's all the music artists. I'm just gonna scan through because I'm not I'm not doing all that. And that was Aiden C25 reads the Aesthetic Wiki Part 2. Like last video, if there's any aesthetics you want me to read about, I will. And yeah, I will read any aesthetic you want me to. But I will go through the list first. I have a list, and I'll add suggestions at the bottom of that list. I'm having fun doing this. I'm really happy that I'm getting like more views, not just because I'm doing Green Man Sam. So, bye lads.